Welcome in everybody to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be going through a bracket. I'm going to be filling out one for you guys for the video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Here we go. Gonzaga versus North App State. I'm going to go with a pretty obvious pick in Gonzaga. Oklahoma v. Missouri. I'm going to go with the upset. Not really an upset, Missouri. With Davion Harmon being out, that's probably a really good pick. Creighton versus UCSB. Gonna go with, I just made a G. Oh, my bad, y'all. We're gonna go with Creighton. Ohio v. Virginia. We'll go with Virginia. USC, Wichita, and Drake. I'll go with USC. I'll go with Evan Mobley right there. Evan Mobley probably will end up winning that game. Let's go with them. Kansas versus Eastern Washington. We'll go with Kansas. My bad, y'all. I cannot spell today. Oregon versus VCU. We're going to go with Oregon, even though it could be an upset. And we'll go with Iowa. I'm going to fill out to the Final Four here. Moving on to the Sweet 16, you've got Gonzaga versus Missouri. I'm going to go with the Zags on this one. Gonzags. We'll call them that from now on. Gonzags. Virginia versus Creighton. I'm going to go with Creighton. If I spelled it wrong again, I don't really care. USC and Kansas. I'm going to go with Kansas. And then Oregon versus Iowa. This is going to be a really good matchup. Iowa being really, really good, and I think Iowa probably could win this ball game. I'm going to go with Iowa. Moving on, Kansas versus Creighton. Gonzaga versus Creighton. Going with Gonzaga. I cannot spell today, guys. Don't worry. Kansas versus Iowa. Going to go with Iowa. Gonzaga versus Iowa. I'm going to go with the Zags. Alright, that is the Final Four for that one. Going down to this bottom left of the bracket. Oh, gosh. We're going to go with Michigan. LSU and St. Bonaventure. I'm going to go with another upset here. Going with St. Bonaventure. Colorado and Georgetown. Here is my upset. Here's my upset pick. I'm going Georgetown. This is pretty obvious. I don't have to say nothing about that. I'm going to go with another upset here. Oh, my goodness gracious, y'all. My bad. I'm going to go with MSU here. Texas, pretty obvious. Texas won the Big 12. I'm not going to pick an upset here. A lot of people are saying that this is the upset. I don't really think so. And then I'm obviously going to go with Bama. All right, moving on to the next one. Michigan and St. Bonaventure. We're going to go with Michigan, even though St. Bonaventure probably could pull that one off. Then I'm going to go with FSU over Georgetown. A lot of people probably does not like me for that pick. Then I'm going to go with Texas. And then I'm going to go with Bama. All right. Moving on. Michigan versus FSU. I'm going to go with an upset here and go with FSU. FSU's defense, one of the top in the nation, over Michigan, missing their sixth man pretty much. I'm going to go with FSU there. Bama versus Texas. I'm going to go with a 1 point, probably thriller or 2 point. Bama over Texas. FSU versus Bama. I'm going to go with Bama. I'm not going to pick against Bama in this one. And then to pick our championship game, we're going to go with Gonzaga. Moving over to the right side, Baylor versus Harvard. I'm going to go with Baylor. North Carolina versus Wisconsin. I think you guys all know what's going on. UNC all the way. And then I'm going to go with another upset in Winthrop over Villanova. Villanova's missing too many players to win that game. Going to go with Purdue here. I'm going to stick with the Big 12 because they've been playing tough all year. And I'm not going to pick the upset like everyone else. I'm going Arkansas. And then I'm going to go with an upset here. VT over Florida. Then I'm going to go with OSU here to go on the top right side of the bracket. All right, moving on. Baylor versus UNC. I'm going to go with Baylor in a close match. Winthrop versus Purdue. I'm going to go with another upset in Winthrop. I'm going to go with Arkansas over TT. And then I'm going to go with OSU over Virginia Tech. Yep, that's going to be a good one there. Now, Winthrop versus Baylor, that's going to be a good match. I'm going to say Baylor pulls it, and then I'm going to say OSU pulls it. And then Baylor versus OSU. I'm going to go with the upset here in Ohio State, making it all the way to the Final Four in this matchup. Illinois versus Drexel. If you pick Drexel, I'm sorry, but you're just no. And then I'm going to go with, I'm just going to abbreviate it. We're going to go with Georgia Tech here in another upset. A lot of people's taking Oregon State here. I'm not. Going to go with Oklahoma State. And then I'm going to go with SDSU because that defense is way too good. I'm going to go with WVU over Morehead State. And I'm going to go with another upset in Rutgers. Then I'm going to go with Houston over Cleveland State. All right, here we go. Illinois versus GT. We're going to go with Illinois. And oh my gosh, I spelled that so wrong. Then I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. West Virginia over SDSU, even though I think that could be it. And I would pick the upset here like a lot of people, and I've done it myself in a bracket. I'll pick Houston. Illinois over Oklahoma State. And then I'm going to go with the upset here, WVU over Houston. And then I'm obviously going to go with Illinois. And then I'm going to go with Illinois making it to the final match. And then I'm going to have the Fighting Illini taking it home. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys for 100 subs. You guys are the GOATs. Peace out.